facade of familial harmony crumbled, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and shattered trust.
What are you doing? Are you looking at her? Are you trying to figure out what to do next? Help me.
As the interrogation intensified, Scott's recollection of the events leading up to the tragic incident in the laundry room became more detailed. However, he vehemently asserted that there was no premeditation involved. In an attempt to shape the narrative, Scott portrayed Deborah as a cruel and antagonistic figure, suggesting that her actions had pushed him to his breaking point, causing him to snap.
You think I am not kicking out of myself? You don't think I feel bad?
Well, I know you are.
Oh man, it wasn't good enough. I'm taking the kids. You need to take my kids? Threatening me with me, man. With me.
This strategic maneuver hinted at a calculated legal strategy. By framing the crime as one committed with malice, but without premeditation, Scott aimed to secure a lesser sentence if found guilty. As the questioning progressed, a noticeable shift occurred in Scott's portrayal of his wife. Initially depicted as the love of his life, Deborah was now painted in a darker light, portrayed as an evil instigator who bore responsibility for his momentary lapse in judgment.
She couldn't stop being a monster. She couldn't stop being cruel, man. You don't know what she's done to me. You don't know the cruelty she's done, man. I believe it makes a man temporarily insane for a minute, man, when you think about it. You know that? You don't know the troubles. You don't know the pain. You don't know what I've endured. You don't know what that woman put me through. You don't know what she did to my son. You don't know.
Moreover, it became apparent that Scott might be laying the groundwork for an insanity defense, attributing his actions to the mental distress inflicted by Deborah's alleged cruelty. This attempt to absolve himself from accountability reflected a common tendency among defendants to construct narratives that align with legal strategies aimed at mitigating culpability.
But I didn't think anything through. I didn't think about anything. I just reacted. I don't know what happened. I just reacted. I don't know, man. It's nuts.
In a startling turn of events, Scott confessed to the murder of Deborah, swiftly crafting a narrative that painted her as an exceedingly abusive wife whose actions had driven him to the brink of madness. Despite his admission, Scott refused to entertain a plea deal, opting instead to face the full weight of the law. With the gravity of his actions laid bare, Scott was officially arrested and charged with Deborah's murder, a weighty accusation that left no room for leniency.
Stand up.
Denied bond, he was swiftly escorted to his cell to await further legal proceedings. Subsequent examination of Deborah's autopsy report confirmed the grim reality. She had been strangled to death. The evidence presented painted a damning picture, suggesting that Scott's actions were deliberate and premeditated. His apparent lack of interest in preventing her death, coupled with ample opportunity to seek help, cast further doubt on any claims of self-defense or provocation. As Scott languished in his cell, he appeared devoid of any semblance of remorse, a stark departure from his demeanor upon their initial arrival at the trailer park. It was a chilling transformation, one that underscored the depths of his culpability and the irrevocable consequences of his actions. In the wake of Scott's arrest, District Attorney Adam Kendall embarked on a meticulous journey to construct a compelling case against him. With the aim of unraveling the intricate layers of Deborah's life, Kendall reached out to her friends and family, seeking to illuminate the true nature of her relationship with Scott. What emerged from these conversations painted a troubling picture. Friends and family characterized Scott as controlling and emotionally abusive towards Deborah, with his behavior allegedly escalating in the final year of their relationship. Reports surfaced of Scott issuing threats, creating an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. Despite the absence of visible signs of physical abuse, such as bruises or scars, these accounts underscored a common pattern observed in instances of domestic violence. Verbal aggression often serves as a precursor to more overt forms of abuse, with the potential for escalation looming ominously on the horizon. As the trial of Scott commenced in the chill of December 2019, The courtroom became a theater for a riveting legal duel between prosecution and defense. At the heart of the proceedings lay the haunting question: was Deborah's death a cold, calculated act of premeditated murder, or a rash, impulsive action driven by emotional turmoil? With each passing day of the trial, the prosecution meticulously wove a narrative of premeditation, meticulously presenting evidence to support their claim that Scott's actions were deliberate and meticulously planned. They filed a motion requesting that Scott be formally charged with first-degree murder, urging the court to recognize the gravity of his alleged crimes. On December 20, 2019, the gavel fell, marking the culmination of Scott Jones's trial. Found guilty of the first-degree murder of Deborah DePinto, Scott was swiftly met with justice. The judge sentenced him to 48 years at the Colorado State Penitentiary, a sentence befitting the severity of his crime. In addition to the murder charge, Scott faced further consequences for his reckless actions. Recognizing the trauma inflicted upon his young son, Michael, the court handed down an additional year in prison for child abuse, citing Scott's disturbing decision to expose his son to the grisly sight of his mother's lifeless body. As Jones faces the prospect of spending the rest of his days within the confines of a Colorado State Penitentiary, he leaves behind 2 young children burdened with the enduring scars of this tragic incident. It marks a bitter conclusion to a relationship that commenced amidst the revelry of a New Year's Eve celebration, only to meet its demise on a somber, rain-soaked day at a trailer park on the outskirts of town. Thank you for tuning in to this captivating case. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about future releases. If you found this video intriguing, you won't want to miss the one currently playing on your screen. Click to watch, and I'll catch you in the next video.